Hello, everybody, and welcome to another winter double anti-bingo tournament race for Final Fantasy I
Just went
Randomizer.
crazy for a moment for me.
My name is Dem0nFr0g, and I'm here with our co-commentator Woat. We are bringing you some hot anti-bingo action between Dem0nFr0g and Zerocool. Woat, you here with me? How you doing? Nope, I think Woat's having some difficulties. So we're going to be bringing you some good old Final Fantasy I Randomizer action today. We've got our racers. Looks like we've already got our party selected. We've got our bingo board up here for you all to see. We got yourself some. It looks like both of our runners have picked up on row 3, is what we're going to be seeing them go for today. So, for those of you who have not seen any double anti-bingo here before, here is the gist of it. On the right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see a bingo board. Each runner can force their opponent to do one of these rows in case both of them had the same great idea, row 3, especially having to kill 3 different fiends, 2 of them in specific ways. And they have to complete 1 extra bingo of anything here on the board, any row, any column, any diagonal. So anything that they can come up with, anything that stands out to them as they're running through this seed, they can come ahead and go away with here. So it looks like we've got our parties here. Everybody just waiting for the gate to drop. We've got Dem0nFr0g here running a black belt, double red and a black. Meanwhile, we've got a thief black belt and double black coming out from Zerocool. Alright, so sorry for the delay here, folks. We're just trying to get everything up and running here. Do apologize for the delays here, everybody. While we're waiting, just gonna go ahead and see if I can grab where our runners are at here as far as this tournament goes. Alright, so it looks what we've got here. We've got a loser's bracket round 3. This is going to be a little bit of a tough path form out of this loser's bracket. This is the last chance in this double elim. This is win or go home.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, it looks like Woat's finally joined us. How you doing, Woat?
Oh, my internet decided to crash literally right when we went live. Like, I could hear Math Girl counting down to us going live. And then everything died. So I'm on my phone right now because that works. Anyway, let me see if I can actually let the racers go. Okay, there we go. So I just went ahead and lifted the gate because apparently I can still at least connect to racetime.gg. But hi, everybody! Sorry about that, Demon.
No problem at all. And as Woat said, we've got our restreamer here, Math Girl, doing us a good job. We've got Cheyenne on tracking as well. It looks like we're off.
Yeah. So, first things first. I'm guessing you went ahead and I think I heard you going over everything about how double anti-bingo works and all that good stuff, but they're doing column 1, aren't they?
Well, probably at this point, just by what we're seeing here. So they got 1 AoE spell, we got Fire 2 at level 1 Black Magic. They're going to be going as far as that. We see some Undead. We've got some good news with Harm 4 in slot 1, so that's also going to be pickupable for our our Red Mages, if they can go ahead and get there. We're going to jump in here to some item shops. We've got Gloves plus 4. I mean, if you need some cheap defense for your casters, there you go.
Yeah. Nah, so this is looking like a fairly decent start. I see that Demon went with the classic, you know what? We got one guy to hit things and everyone else is here to blow things up. Which is smart if you are forced to drop magic on something. Zero looks like went with the double black mage thief black belt. Which, again, just tells me they're both doing column 1.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's go to Thief Double Black, also known as I'm running from everything.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad strategy until you can find somewhere to get your whatchamacallit, get your grind on to get that black belt up to a point where you're not counting on your Vancian charges to hold out. But yeah, it looks like both runners are favoring a fairly normal start. Go save the princess, collect your 2 items, and figure out where you're going from there.
Yes. Now, some of you may have noticed something very weird that just happened. Also, as part of this seed, we have some bonuses on for some of our classes. In this case, Thief actually gets level 1 light white magic, so he's throwing those harm 4s out like it's nobody's business.
Nice. But I am seeing on our lovely tracker Chanigan's notes that thieves also get the Black Mage's strength stat. Or growth.
Like he actually wanted to hit things anyway. Meanwhile, it looks like we've got through Garland pretty quickly here. We got a nice ship, so we got a boat from the king. And is this even randomized? Princess Sarah's deciding, hey, here's some music.
I'm sorry. Did you just demean the quality of the thief buff? High-level thieves are like blenders, with blue hair, or red pajamas.
Well, you don't need a blender if you've already got the black belt, turning everything into a fine mist like a juicer.
Yes, but until you get the black belt online, the thief is a nice melee option if you can find something that has a bonus that they can equip.
Fair enough.
I was going to qualify that, but actually no, yeah, like, basically anything above, like, the small dagger with a bonus is gonna be good enough in a thief's hands to handle your melee problems through the early game. The real question is, have we seen any contenders for where on earth they're going to spend 100,000 gold in one shopping trip?
I don't think we've seen anything so far.
We'll get there.
Rub and Temper at level 2 black magic, not the worst things in the world. You like seeing low-level tempers. Wall and Ruse at level 2 white. That's not bad at all in case we need to fall back on some red mage strats.
Indeed. But on the bright side, at least we do have a sweeper to... We do have a sweeper to deal with BK, don't we?
Oh yeah,
No,
we got
we
fire
don't.
too.
We have fire too?
Yes indeed, good old level 1 fire
Okay.
2 just gonna nuke everything out.
Okay, sorry. I'm looking at the tracker notes, and I somehow misread Fire 2 as Deer 2. Possibly because it did say Deer 2 and Chanigan just fixed it, so I don't feel bad calling him out about it now. Love you, Chanigan. You're the best.
Pretty cheap housing here at 1100. You can't fault that. Still no indication of where we're gonna spend 100 grand though.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be a situation where it's like, you know, hey, do you like red bracelets? Do you like max price red bracelets? Or
Yeah,
gold bracelets?
It's gonna probably have to be a max price piece of armor, or worst case scenario, whenever we do find the shop item, if it's pricey enough, buy a couple of them.
Pretty much. Which, I mean, one of those things, the nice thing about the black belt grind is most of the time you're fighting something that, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? It dies easily and gives a lot of money.
So Zerocool's out, where he's gonna visit everybody's least favorite area of Melmond. We see Lock 2 and Warp at level 5 black magic. Checking his armor shop for something. Pro rings rolled terribly and they're not super pricey. That's not something you don't want to see.
All right. While everyone's kind of doing their quick early explorations, I'm going to duck out and see if I can't get back on my. So. back in a minute, either still on phone or actually on a legitimate microphone. BRB.
Gonna look at level 5 white. I believe that was exit. Yes, indeed, it was exit there at level 5 white magic, which is, you know, good thing we've got actually some red mages in there, might be able to pick that up. Meanwhile, both of our runners on their way over, gonna drop off a ruby, you know. Both of our runners doing the right thing, you know, when you're assigned as a Grubhub driver, you gotta bring that food to the Titan. Gotta get that 5-star rating for it. Finding some Oxy Ale after looting his house after dropping off the food. Demon is just a little bit behind here, opting to just burninate everything in the way. You grab a couple of early level. We get a crown from Sarda, cosplaying as a king apparently. Running into some more wolves. Gerwolves also react just about as well as Fire 2 as everything else does, which is not well.
Exciting news. Guess what isn't working? Even more hardcore now.
Sorry to hear that.
It's fine.
So Demon's picking up his Oxy Ale after dropping off his Grubhub order to the Titan. Meanwhile, Zerocool also opting with the Burninate everything that happens to cross your path for some early levels.
Worked fine right up until I try to watch the stream on Discord. So, guess what I'm not going to be doing on my computer? I disconnect.
Alright, so Ogre's jumping in on Zerocool, Erie's through. Look, we'll have to see what direction he's going to go. With the crown, you're pretty much assuming that, you know, maybe it's time to get a visit at Elfland, get a look at what's over that direction, unless you're really desperate to make an Earth gamble. Looks like Demon just dinged up a 7 on his way back from Sarda. Zero running into a little bit of sashimi on the high seas. So going down what we've got here. So interestingly enough, we haven't seen Quig or Brack so far. Both of our runners are going to need that. Also, we're going to have to visit Sky eventually. We got to get Tia 1 down. They are checking armor shops specifically looking for their 3 different ones that they need here, and as well as trying to find something expensive because we got to drop 100 grand. Past that, it's just a matter of we're already going to Lich to do Quake anyway, so hey, we might as well visit every room while we're down there. So we're going to look at some items here. Unfortunately, everything's still dirt cheap in the item shops. It's definitely a down economy.
Yeah. Alright. Back again. On my phone.
Hey, we got Brack at level 4 black, along with Fast and Ice 3. That's definitely something, you know, we don't want to see those Brack and Quakes at 7 and 8. That's just terrible.
Yeah. But at the same time, it is kind of hilarious.
Also, for all of our Black Mage casters, not any sign of nuke, but we do pretty much have early level of the 3rd levels of magic. We've got Fire 3s, we've got, I believe, saw some Lit 3 at level 4. No, pardon me, that was Ice 3 at level 4, we've got Fire 3 at level 3, so we've definitely got a good coverage on our elemental magics here as well.
Yeah. So, the bright side for our runners is they do have that coverage. The downside for our runners is they still need to find that quack. As Demon astutely pointed out, I think I caught the tail end of that while trying to get back in here.
So, shocker, everybody, I know, it's the knife in the back, the betrayal, the kindly old king who returned the crown stolen by Sarda for his cosplay. He was a bad guy all along, but we did steal his tail. Apparently he was cosplaying as something else, probably some sort of a dragon.
Look, man. You don't know what kinds of stuff dark elves have on their person. That tail could have come from anywhere or been for any reason.
Absolutely, maybe it was for a stew. Who knows? Maybe we just took out a chef. You know, Astos was a chef in a former occupation. He's a dark elf of many talents.
Maybe dark elves just, have tails. Have you ever seen a dark elf's back? No. There just might be a tail tucked back there. You don't know.
Maybe there is. Who knows?
I
mean, if you look at the sprite, it almost looks like there might be one.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, when you fight a dark elf in Final Fantasy IV, he grows a tail.
Yeah, me change.
Exactly. So maybe Asterisk just has a tail, and for once we actually bothered to take it with us, because who knows? Maybe you need the tail. I mean, we're not going to need the tail in this seed unless Quake rolled super high, because we have a black belt.
So,
in both parties.
Big spender alert. I think we found our 100k. It's on the max price vanilla gold bracelets.
Huh, I called that. Also, we found our Quake, level 6 black magic, 4th slot. Is that black mage learnable?
4th slot? I believe it is? But anyway, the Circle of Sages forks over the crystal ball. We'll be able to take that back to Matoya at some point here soon and see what she's going to give us in return. Alright, Dem0nFr0g saving up after his kindly old king visit, and it looks like he's going to be running around the coast here, probably following in Zerocool's footsteps. Going to go ahead and dip into Crescent and get all of his checks there out of the way.
Yeah.
Zerocool himself is completing the Inner Sea Grand Prix. He's going to come back around and probably come up around to the Matoya dock. So it's really kind of an interesting scenario here because both of our runners are here. They've gotten a lot of checks, a lot of incentives out of the way already early, but we've had really no looks inside of any dungeons. You know, we haven't seen, I think, a single trap tile in the entire game yet. And good old Matoya, we give her back her crystal ball and she gives us her house. So I don't know if that's a good trade or not. She doesn't even really live in a house, it's a cave. I mean, does it even have structural integrity?
I have no idea, but the bright side is I think I have figured out the problem. So I'm going to be right back one more time, and I will now be slightly behind you because I'm just going to pull up the stream on the site. So BRB one last time. Actually, I guess I don't have to BRB because I don't need to disconnect from the Discord right away to pull it up.
So Zero heading in here, and actually, I believe this might be Force. Let's do a quick rundown here. Yeah, I think we've checked everything else. I think we're going to go see a vampire about a chest. But first, a stop off in the Hall of Giants to check some spike tiles. Wyverns, that's going to be a hard pass. Sentries, yeah, that's not what you want to see either. Alright, how about the Earth 123 spike? Fighters, now that on the other hand is definitely something we can make use of. However, the fighters look a little on the chonky side today. Oh dear. That was 4 Fire 3 Fire 3 Cassidy still up. Well, I mean, hey, everybody's Black Mages need experience too.
Okay, I have finally figured out the problem, and I am finally actually back and probably not going to disappear again.
Well,
It
welcome
turns
back.
out that my connection might be somewhat bandwidth limited. And the downside to this is that typing it to us at was too mighty for my connection, and that was what was crashing everything. And it only took like 200 megabytes of data for me to figure out that was the problem.
Well, at least you did figure it out. In the meantime, the
Yeah.
only thing we've really missed here is some one really good trap tile with, unfortunately, some very, very thick fighters.
Yeah, but the bright side is everyone's gotten to hear your solo chops for the first, 20 minutes of this seed while everything sucked.
So, Dem0nFr0g going to come up here, get Matoya's house, learn the bad news that we need to go see a vampire.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things, sometimes you just gotta head down into the depths of the earth and do what you gotta do. That's just life.
And unfortunately, this is going to be a double dip hard required for probably both of these guys, since they're going to be doing that. It looks like they're going to be doing column 1 with everything set the way they have things set up so far.
I mean...
Now, Zerocool is just
Yeah.
going to leave the rest of his party on the floor, and is just going to come in here and talk to some bats, actually.
Yeah, now see, that was what I was just thinking about, because top left to bottom right isn't the worst thing given the situation they're already in. So if you wanted to avoid dealing with double-dipping Earth because the vampire doesn't have the rod, that could be a play, because really, out of that whole list, the two worst cards are Use No Caster Items and Defeat Tier 1. We're already dealing with having to defeat Tier 1, and with a party full of mages and a black belt, you don't need to use... you don't need caster items. The only thing you might possibly want is to be able to ruse up the black belt, but realistically, I can see both runners just going, the black belt's well enough to where I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the caster items are a luxury at this party, especially once they get online at high level. Meanwhile, we are going to go ahead, and the vampire was in charge of exporting goods. We've got a canoe. We're pulling it out of Earth Cave so we can go on a farther adventure around the world.
But on that note, I'm going to go check something if we haven't already checked it. Namely, if those black mages can learn Quake. At level 6, Black Magic. And it looks like they can learn all level 6 spells, okay.
Yeah, so we can still avoid the so far, we can avoid the promotions. It's just a matter of, where do you want to go with it? Do you want to promote after the grind so you don't have to worry about your master and, your black belt losing all the resistances? Now, Demon's going to look at some extra chests here, whereas Zero just ran himself right through the cave. Forget everything, not checking anything. We're going A to B, and that's it.
Yeah. So... But yeah, I do like Zerocool's thinking of go ahead and set up that pivot
Oh, Chap bringing up a good point. Unfortunately, risking that's the two black belts going, or the two black mages going down solo. Unfortunately, got caught by the security guards shoplifting that canoe, and is gonna have to go back in and get it again.
Yeah. But the good news is he doesn't have to talk to the bats again.
True.
Unless they get in his way. But yeah, so...
Well, looks like we're back to about the same scenario for Zerocool. We've got the red mage or we got the thief and the black belt both having a nap.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the danger of that take 0-3 fighters space, is you don't really get anyone who can take punches very well at low levels.
Yeah,
The fighter's not perfect at taking punches, but it's better than literally all other options.
Yeah, it's, okay, it's great because I don't have any fighters, I don't have them. I got other classes I can rely on here, but, somebody gets punched in the face below level 10, they're not getting up again.
Yeah. But Zero's already almost back to, getting that canoe.
High five and Dem0nFr0g on the way by the Bat Rave room.
Yeah. So... Demon shouldn't have too much difficulty getting out of here.
No, especially being with a little bit higher levels, I believe, on some of the light warriors here. Has the white mage, or no, not the white mage, but had the red mages, but I don't think has exit on anybody, or at least have any charges of exit as of yet. Yeah.
Demon's... Unless something terrible happens in the next 20 steps, Demon's out of here. And if something terrible does happen, I'm going to laugh.
Who knows? Nope, and we're out. Alright, we're going to save, we're going to keep the canoe, and we are on our way. We're going to see where Demon's deciding to go next. Good money on this is probably going to be on Ice or Volcano. Probably Volcano.
Yeah. Volcano, it's got a little bit easier access to the grind tiles. It's got a little more diversity in those grind tiles you can get to easily. You got that plethora of chests, so this party's really not as gear dependent for either one of them. So I could see him opting to just, hit Volcano, check his grind tiles, maybe hit a few chests along the way.
And just to prove us wrong, he's re-dipped back into Earth and is deciding more fighters.
Yeah. I didn't see it. Did Zero take another wipe?
I don't believe so.
Well, I am sure that chat will let us know. Okay, thank you, Chanigan.
Oh, Chanigan, our tracker up in here. Yes, indeed, he took another wipe. This time he's deciding, okay, it's got time to get some levels to make sure I get out of here.
Yeah. So... Thank you, Hot Toddies, for the update on the gargoyles giving him the business. All right. So yeah, I think once Zero gets out of here, that'll really tell us what his thinking is. Because if he makes that canoe trip, or really if either one of them takes that canoe trip from Elfland to Ice Cave, we'll know that their thinking is, I'm not coming back to Earth.
Right.
Because at that point, it's just like, I can commit to the use no caster items gambit and just go from there.
I really think that that's going to be the play here, because the way this is just broken down, it's just so much faster to just park at Elfland, take your boat right over, especially with everything in play here, rather than having to go all the way back down to Lich 1, especially since you've got the rest of the column already and either done or has to be done anyway for your forest.
Yeah. So... yeah.
Alright,
I mean, I think
saving it up. Looks like we're going down again.
Yeah. Tragically, neither runner bothered to go ahead and do some Garland boxing, because that would have opened up the possibility of a row 1 or a column 3 play. Though both of those have have those cursed equipment tiles, so that can pose a problem.
Yeah, true. Especially the use-only curse armor. I mean, at that point, it's more of a hassle. It's not really as much worth it here. Looks like Demon's deciding that the Ordeals play is what's going to be first on the table.
I don't hate it. I don't know what level he's at, but he's probably at a level where Ordeals is comfortable, but you still are able to make some good... you're able to get some good levels if you take a couple of the high-value fights in here.
Yeah, it all depends. I mean, probably going to check the 2 trap tiles, not going to check the cheeky third one there.
Yeah, just to reiterate a question, chat. Quake is in Crescent, and double checking, it does look like Black Mage can learn it. Even if in any slot at level 6. And if someone wants to double check and correct us in chat, feel free. But yeah, it does look like Demon is doing exactly what I said. Going ahead and using the unnecessarily large number of Fire 2 charges to rack up some easy experience while finding his way through Ordeals.
Yeah, taking out the Medusas, especially with the randomizer and the way it works, shuffling scripts and everything around. With the Medusas, if they are just kind of swinging at you, they're pretty much low HP loot or XP pinatas at that point.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about Fire 2 and Ordeals is almost everything you're going to bump into in here, if it's not vulnerable to fire, you can at least set it on fire.
Dem0nFr0g pretty much 100% confirming the diagonal here, immediately dropping that Thor's hammer just so the temptation doesn't even come up.
Which, yeah, like, he can't use it as a weapon even. But yeah, alright, so good point. Demon hard committing to the to that top left bottom right diagonal.
Found our car keys left in Ordeals, and we're on the way out. One note here is if Zerocool decides to check some boxes, Dem0nFr0g happened himself across a +5 katana.
Yeah, and that is you bring a thief. Alright, so it looks like Zerocool is going to go ahead and head to Ice Cave.
Yeah, we're getting the canoe out of the way. Yep, we're getting that long canoe trip out of the way. It looks like Dem0nFr0g's got Waterfall on the mind here.
Yeah. Nah, it looks like Dem0nFr0g is assigned to go ahead and do the long key item checks first. And then double back to get the easier ones left in the south. And Caribs have Zap.
Yeah, our canoe trip has hit some nasty whitewater here at this Carib base, just deciding that the party is not gonna make it.
And still, it's a less lethal rafting trip than Race for Your Life Charlie Brown.
And that's saying something.
I'm sorry. Have you gone back and watched that thing? What were they thinking letting those children do that?
Well, you see, back in our day, children could be trusted by themselves, and you could throw them right in the white water, send them up the double black diamonds on the skiing trips. They'll be fine.
Fun fact, according to family tradition, that's how my grandfather learned to swim. His dad just kind of pitched him into a lake and crossed his fingers.
So, Dem0nFr0g is almost through here. We're going to see what our friend the robot and the waterfall has got for us. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Zerocool finding more and more and more fish.
They're unrunnable?
Some of these are unrunnable, and these 6 packs of fish is just not what you want to see.
This is just the meanest tile all of a sudden.
Unrunnable arachnids. I hope he's going to get out of here, because in my experience, arachnids always have something.
So, to answer the question, chat, yeah, so saving makes it more likely to finish because he is able to encounter manipulate off of the reset from the save. So it's in his best interest, given the plethora of everything, to do it that way. Also, I hope I didn't just cut out again.
Nope, looks like we're good. Yep, so we're going through ice. It looks like we're going back into waterfall. I must have missed for a second there what has sent us out.
It looked like there was another night. It looked like there might have been something nasty on the forced encounter tile right before the robot.
Well, the fighters were nasty. Let's see what the mages are. Oh, good old Dazzle.
Alright, and our lovely tracker has actually adjusted the resolution on the commentary stream to something that my internet will actually let me watch. I hope. Demon, please say something.
Yeah, you're good. So...
And I meant to say restreamer. She just called me out privately on that. But anyway, thank you, Math Girl.
Yep, we got a fairy in a bottle. And gonna loot up this chest. Money, 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 money. Ribbon! Hey, ribbon. And more money. And I do believe that if we have any charges, we are going to try to exit away from the crack dealers. Nope, we gotta go back through them.
Ah, wizards with crack. Almost as bad as wizards with nuke and blizzard.
Oh. Yep, 2 for 4, we got away. Zerocool dealing with some frost gators and just thanking the heavens that they aren't Karibes. And let's see what our incentive here is after we get on. Ooh, errors on the trap tile. Oh, it's a wipe. Unfortunate. Zero's just not having any luck so far here. With the wipes in Earth, and now that unfortunate passing to those errors. Answer your question in chat. Nope, no sign of the shop item as of yet. Alright, Dem0nFr0g's deciding that we are going to go after ourselves a fiend. Speaking, we're gonna try to bracken the. We're gonna get down here, see if we can probably bracken the Kraken.
Alright. You know, I've done solo streams, I've seen other people do solo streams, and I've definitely done 2- and 3-man streams, but this is the first time I've participated in a 1.5-man stream. But please tell me you can hear me again.
No, you're good. Alright, Demon coming back in. We got some Gurr Sharks. Goodbye, Gurr Sharks. Meanwhile, on the bottom, we got some mages here, just dazzling. They're just giving us the razzle dazzle here. Stuns are fun. Ooh, Dem0nFr0g getting away from those good old hard-hitting ghosts that everybody loves. Alright, so we got 2 light warriors left on Zerocool, still trying to pull whatever this mystery incentive item is here, and we're not that far down as of yet. It's going to be a long trek.
Yeah. Oof. But it is... It's one of those things where Incentive Ice Cave is one of those locations, like, if you have the wherewithal to check it early, it can pay dividends because there's a lot of runners that don't want to check that ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you don't have, you know, basically mobility magic, it's like, I don't ever want to go in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it's one of those things, you know.
Dem0nFr0g.
If there's something... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Dem0nFr0g taking a chance on a couple of free chests in Sharknado and yanks out another one of our other ribbons here.
Okay. So that's one for his black belt and one for whoever's job it is to keep the black belt alive.
And two people on the floor, exactly.
Yeah, standard operating procedure. But yeah, so and the thing is they do still need to find the chime. They still need the cube. So I don't Zerocool deciding let's just go ahead and knock Ice out, because if he does find that chime or that cube down here, that tremendous advantage. And to answer the question, chat, once Demon clears row 3, he will have, he'll still have to row from Elfland to Ice Cave, but Zero should be fine to go ahead, will be good to go once he's done all of his row 3 objectives.
Oh, and we just find
those two
home
points.
remedy. Unfortunately, there's just some home remedy growing in Ice Cave, not our cube or our chime, but we'll have to see what that turns into, because everybody loves Fetch Quest.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with going on a fetch quest. And my whole explanation of it all.
Alright, more Brack cast. Brack, no luck. Kraken with a fire 2 after trying some sleep. Got another Brack going out. Broken into pieces. Down goes. Lit up goes the tile. And Dem0nFr0g is 1 down on that row 3.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Zero took a wipe to that nasty Frost Gator and Arkarib tile in the undead space in Ice Cave. So, he's got a bit of an adventure in front of him.
Yeah, it's a long trek to try to drag that out here. Zero's just not been having the best of luck trying to pull these incentives out. I've got a couple in Earth, couple in Ice, but, you know, definitely just persevering, getting back in there, get back on the horse, just drag it out as fast as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things like... Because here's the thing. That tile that he wiped on, it's dangerous, almost certainly fatal, but it's also going to potentially pose a problem for Dem0nFr0g unless he comes to Ice after his grind. Ah, well, there's the cube at least.
Yep, we got a cube in for 100k. It looks like that we're also... Oh, I thought he was going to drop the 100k here.
He might be thinking about it, but, yeah, the thing is unless you're planning to buy 3 cubes and a few houses, you're just not going to be able to spend that money.
I mean, hey, buy a couple of cubes, you got yourself some building blocks.
Yeah. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, though, like... You know, that the Frost Gator Arkarib tile, that's going to cause headaches for Demon until after he's done his grind. Like, those are not friendly enemies, no matter who you are, until you are reasonably high level.
Yeah, those are definitely some late game.
Yeah. If the herb leads to the chime, my point is, Zerocool may be able to claw back some of the time he's lost to these wipes, just by virtue of Demon... If he comes and dips Ice Cave early, before his grind, we'll see that and pop off. Decide, you know what? I'm gonna go get some levels and deal with this problem later. Or possibly never.
Yep.
I mean, heck, even if this
Fraud out of Corneria lock, I don't think that's going to see much use this seed, though.
Yeah. Like, with Demon throwing out that Thor hammer, he's hard committing to that diagonal. I can't imagine he's going to pivot back to the Lich floor at this point. But you never know. You know, if, for example, he finds the defense sword, and it turns out that Temple of Feet is a nightmare, he may decide, you know what? I'm just going to forget about this. I'm going to just go do Lich and count on Zerocool having far more trouble or hard committing to the caster item play.
Dem0nFr0g checking northwest lock. Gonna find us some chicken wing tiles. And
I don't hate it.
Out. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
we've got some really beefy black mages on Zerocool's side.
You mean because Black Mage survived fighting the Twilight Book Club?
Yeah. It looks like... Oh, one tile. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. And Iggy is going to get out here on the last tile, running into that unrunnable encounter, but manages to get out.
Yeah, it was baseless to quit. He get Fire 3 off, and I see Dem0nFr0g is about to find out about the Caribs. Or did just find out about him.
Yeah. Yep, so we're going to be doing a lot of saving here.
See, I almost feel like in this situation, that almost would have been enough to go, you know what, I have the rod now, I'm gonna go back to do column 1. Yeah, I threw a hammer over trying to do the diagonal, but it's not worth it.
Nah.
Of course, Zerocool now has the problem of having to get this one swole black mage back to civilization.
And it looks like he just luckily made it here, so we've got the rest of the party gonna, or at least 2 of the members of the party, except for our friend the floor polisher, the thief.
Yeah, he may wind up getting pulled back onto his feet if that katana comes up sooner rather than later.
Yep, and
but it does look like
drop that 100 grand.
Well, he's got the money, and God knows he needs the gold bracelets.
Yeah.
And he immediately gets a Carib encounter.
Nah, at least get away from that. And it looks like along the same lines, Dem0nFr0g, same thing, couple of gold bracelets, and boom, you got yourself a square done.
Mm-hmm. So, at this stage of affairs, Demon still needs to do his Elfland to Ice Cave. Okay, actually, before we get there, Dem0nRHK, let me pose a question to you. At what point do you say, screw taking the river, I'm just going to take the southern swamp and call it a day? Like, on the way back to Elfland. After the Ano visit for Zero.
I mean...
Like...
You still gotta cover a lot of river if you're gonna go that way.
Yeah, but you can also cover a lot of...
I think Demon didn't park in Elfland, I think he parked on the river mouth, so I don't think he's got a choice.
Yeah, no, Demon absolutely is stuck taking the river back. But, like, I'm just thinking...
Yeah, if those Caribbeans were that bad, I would seriously consider taking the long way around the inner sea.
Yeah, well, because the thing that I'm sitting here thinking is, yeah, you have to walk more steps, but you're having to save a lot less, because you can actually just, like, take encounters.
So Dem0nFr0g starting his deadly ice cave dive. We do know we have a couple
Also-
of nasty unrunnables in here.
Also, Saracen GG in chat pointing out something that both of us forgot about. They can't equip that katana anyway.
Oh, right, Womp. That's a sad thing.
Look, I maintain the katana is a knife. It should be treated as a knife. You pause that game in the middle of the swing animation, that's a knife.
Yeah, well, it's just a really any sword is just every sword is just an extremely long knife to begin with.
Well, yes, but there's all the matters of how it's constructed and the manner in which it's used. But we're not here to discuss the semantics of weaponry.
No, but what I
Zero
can discuss is
getting-
Zerocool pulling a slab.
He's getting all the fetch quests, so I can't imagine he's at least not gonna. Oh, he's gonna go take on Carrie.
I mean, in his scenario, it's the shortest way out.
Mm-hmm. And he's burning his do not use temper tile on it too, which makes sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not going to be doing that row. There's no point.
Or that column.
Yeah, I think both
Mostly
of them
because-
have violated the cabin houses anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think both. I mean, especially Zero was put in a situation where he need. Sorry, just seeing Iggy was the only one alive and wondering if he was going to pull that off again.
Hey, don't never underestimate Iggy. Iggy's just the MVP here, all around.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have any doubts. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone picked up... We saw confusion... Was that... Did we see... Yeah, we saw confusion at level 3 black magic. And if you don't have anything better to put in those spell slots, fusion is one of those spells that's really nice to pick up precisely for situations like that, where carry is too buff and you need help.
Oh dear, Dem0nFr0g has ran into some very bad people, but it gets away from the crack-dealing wizards.
Winds up in the same situation that Zero did, where it's like, yeah, we're gonna kill 2 of your party members, but we're gonna leave 2 of them up.
Gets away from the
It's
errors.
not gonna-
So Zerocool is going through ordeals here, is going to get through, find his lost car keys at the end, gonna find a +5 katana and get really, really sad when he takes a second look at the bingo board.
Yeah.
Of course, with the lack of XP on that thief, it's probably just gonna kind of shrug his shoulders.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, if he could equip it, that's one of the situations where you pick that Dan back up. Even if he is much weaker than the rest of the party, that katana makes up for it.
Yeah, and then it's just a grind. You're still looking for a grind tile anyway, eventually, so it's just a couple more fights on said tile. Dem0nFr0g pretty steadily, with a little bit higher levels and a little bit more rounded on the party, manages to pull out that herb pretty quickly.
Yeah. Plus, if nothing else, red mages can take a punch better than black mages. Of course, there are also, sheets of sugar glass and insects that take punches better than black mages.
Well, except for Iggy, who I think, was that 28 I saw?
Okay, look, Iggy is an outlier. He did the whole, standing on a cliff overlooking the crashing waves, swinging his dagger repeatedly, to indicate the passing of time. Trainings montage, alright?
Yeah. Dem0nFr0g getting the rest of his canoe trip out of the way, which he has to do anyway, because he got an herb to drop off. And let's see what our natural home remedies are going to turn into.
Yeah.
And you traded your essential oils for a Himalayan salt lamp. I feel like we're in a multi-level marketing scheme here.
But see, the spending 100,000 gold tells me that we're not at the bottom of the pyramid. Also, the Light Warriors don't even have a garage. Where are they going to keep their stock?
Corneria locked. It's kind of like a garage. They got the key at least, finally.
Point. But, anyway.
Northwest Castle, there ain't nobody that lives there anymore, thanks to a little bit of you know, patricide.
You mean regicide?
Yeah, regicide, my bad.
Unless you know something about the Black Belt's parentage that I don't.
Well, no, for Zerocool it might be more along the lines, because I'm pretty sure, I've always been of the mind that the thief is an elf.
Oh hey, we get credits at 52 minutes.
Never underestimate the bridge boss. Okay, well, our Himalayan salt lamp has turned into anti-gravity, so I think we're okay with that trade.
Yeah. Hey, look, anytime you can get an airship before the hour mark, you at least don't hate everything.
Yes, now, you were asking about the Southern Swamp. I think now is when we're taking the Southern Swamp.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, technically speaking, if I recall correctly, if you're coming from Elfland, this is the faster route anyway, even just going by step count.
It is.
But in this case, yeah, no, you take that Southern Swamp and you don't look back.
Demon with the bravery here, and immediately his party gets zapped. Oh, only 1 for 4 there. And runs into another 6-pack 3 steps later. And 1. Oh, and they're flashing him too. That's just rude.
You could have just gone and visited the zombies, Demon. Maybe seen his giant on the way. But no!
Yeah, these fish are disgusting. Decides we're going to take the long way all the way around Crescent to revive some party members and spend as little time on rivers as possible.
Yeah, so I mean, I forgot to call this out earlier, but I did like what I saw Zero do. There is one additional spike. There are 3 spike tiles in Ordeals. There's the one that guards all the chests on floor 3. There's the zombie dragon tile in front of the throne, but there's also the one in front of the linked chest in the pillar maze floor. I actually really like checking that tile when I have forced encounter shuffle on, simply because it's not one everyone checks, and sometimes it has absolute gold there.
Yeah, that is not a very commonly checked tile. If you're going through anyway and you've still got a lot of your party members up, you're not in danger of taking a nasty wipe. It's always worth it, in my opinion, just to duck in and see, is this because you check it, your opponent does it, it's the 3 eyes, and you're golden.
But yeah, so Zero is on the way to getting his floater, and he doesn't have the bottle yet. He has not been to Waterfall Cave.
Nope, we'll have to see what Demon's going to pull out from that bottle that he got out of the soggy waterfall. And it's the TNT, so soggy booms. I don't know if the dwarves are going to want that. You know, the fairy was stuck in a bottle, which is in a waterfall, and is now over a pond. I mean, that's just bad explosives maintenance.
Women in ponds distributing about high explosives is no way to select a canal builder.
Exactly.
Also, I think this has to be the chime at this point. I think we've seen every other incentive location except... Oh, it could be Ruby leading to Titan, leading to chime.
Or it could be a mass immune that's on the floor now.
Okay, did we ever check Titan? I didn't
Yeah,
realize we had a
Titan was
ruby.
the Oxyale. Yes,
Okay.
we got the ruby pretty early. Titan ordered some Grubhub, we delivered that, and then we got the crown from behind him as well. At this point, I do believe. I believe it's gonna be the slab is gonna.
That's
would
it.
have to be our
Yeah,
The
you're
slab's
right.
gotta be our answer.
So, Demon gonna head to Volcano, because...
Yeah, it doesn't have the knowledge from the volcano yet, so gonna go grab that slab. So Zero's got a little bit of an edge on that much here. So after all of this, once Zero gets in the air, it's pretty close.
Oh, hold on. Either Demon's... Okay, he's going to grind. I wonder if Demon at this point is just like, I'm just going to go ahead and finish column 1 so that once I can get this slab, I can just go. Because he should have complete knowledge at this point to figure out that he needs the slab. The slab has to be in Volcano, and will lead to the chime. Because he's seen everything else.
True. You should already have it done, though. I'm pretty sure we did go from ice, did do the canoe from ice to elf.
Yeah, Zero did the volcano dive. Demon did not. He went straight from ice back to Elfland, and then went from Elfland to get his airship, and has been doing airship stuff since. So there is a... So yeah, Demon is going to have to go to Volcano. He's going to have to go get that slab. Zero is probably is about a dungeon and a half away from figuring out that he has to do the same thing. A fact he is probably not going to be excited about.
The thing that Zero has in his favor right now is has not done Waterfall, but at this point doesn't have to do Waterfall. If Zero makes the Lefane play after the translation here, Zero is in a very good position.
Yeah, but he wiped on Carrie when he got the slab. He's going to have to go back for it too.
Oh, I thought Iggy pulled that out.
No, Iggy fought bravely, and then Carrie set him on fire for 300 damage.
Yeah, well, that happens in the volcano.
Iggy is swole, but he is not quite take 300 damage swole.
Swole does not equal fireproof, understood. Zero gonna duck in here and find a good old cube for sale?
That looks like his plan. So he's going to do Waterfall. I think it's just the logical play you make right now.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to dive back into Volcano for what might be a wild goose chase, especially since you've already gotten the Womp Womp. Well, I guess you can't really call a Masa Womp Womp, but in terms of progression.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Zero is like, okay, well, there's only a couple of outstanding items. I know where the slab's at. So let's go to Waterfall, see what's there, and we can put together the rest of this puzzle. Because all that's left out is a couple of fetch quests, a Massa, and the all-elusive Chime. Now, we know where it's at because we have, obvious oversight through both runners here, but they don't really. Demon is getting some calisthenics in.
Yeah.
This is how you get swole like Iggy. You just run him back and forth in front of the door.
Okay. Okay, here's the other thing to consider, because Zero... Yeah, he did get the herb out, that's right, so... Zero...
Poison strats,
yeah. Okay, so Zero's gonna go ahead and go do this Kraken thing. But the other thing that you need to... There should be, 2 loose items in this flag set, is that right? Or not 2 loose, 2 Zonk locations in this flag set, right? Like, we've got 2 more locations, then we've got incentive items to fill them.
Yes, we have Matoya. We've already gotten Matoya's house.
And, so that's the other thing that Demon's probably thinking about, is he isn't sure where the other Zonk is at the moment.
Also true.
So he's attacking this with the knowledge at this stage that sorry.
Just attacking with what knowledge he has, that he knows where the slab is, gonna go in here. He's got to get the Kraken out of the way anyway, so gonna go ahead and get that done. Go into Waterfall, grab a bottle, and we know that the other dud is in Sky 2. But he doesn't.
Okay, thank you, Demon. You did the braining for me on that one. But yeah, so point being, yeah, I don't hate the doing the waterfall play first, because if it turns out that's your chime, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about going back for that slab. You don't have to worry about, digging out the Sky 2 chest. You can go up, deal with Tia, get out. And yeah, it's only a few steps for that Sky 2 chest, but it's steps you gotta take.
Alright, here we go with Brack and the Kraken. Half the team taking a nap. Here comes the Fire 2. We'll have to see what comes out. Brack attempt is... Nope, not taking it. They're gonna go for it again. Unfortunately, not quite. Gonna have to keep those casts up. Don't got too many left, but got some.
Yeah. I think he's up to 6 attempts.
Oh, and there's now a black belt on the floor. Iggy is going to have to do Iggy things. Iggy is on the floor. Oh, I think we might be coming... Yep, there's the reset.
Yeah.
Alright, meanwhile, Demon doing his grind on the top of the screen. There's a 29?
Yeah, 29. So the fact that Demon didn't check off the canoe thing, which that might just be because he didn't actually canoe from Elfland to Ice Cave, leads me to think he may be thinking at this point, I've got the rod, I'm going to have a good-to-go black belt, and apparently a good-to-go mage.
Well, I mean, you know Quick's at a higher level, so you need at least one up there to make sure you have more than 1 or 2 casts.
Yeah. Yeah, he may just be thinking, I'm just gonna go down there, kill the Lich that's here, do every room on Lich 1's floor, and then go kill Tiamat and be done with this, instead of revisiting that too.
He's got a choice. He could go down, kill Lich 1, or he could just say, forget it, and I'm just gonna Quake Lich 2.
Quaking Lich 2 is always that kind of risky play, just because...
It's a little risky. It's still a pretty good chance to get it through, and very rarely, just due to the amount of different spells and abilities in the pool, is Lich 2 going to decide, hey, I'm not a speed bump today, nuclear, right out the gate.
Yeah, but you know what's really annoying? When you have a Lich like that and your opponent first round quakes him.
True.
Not that I don't bear bitterness about that happening with me to this very day. Or anything. But yeah, no, Quake is totally an option on Lich 1. But yeah, so double checking the paste bin, he has not fulfilled the conditions of that canoe from Elfland to Ice Cave play, because you have to start at Elfland and take the canoe to Ice Cave.
Yep, it is one way, and it does have to be done consecutive.
Yeah. So he may be, at this point, just thinking, alright, I'm just going to go ahead, do the Quake so that I can just punch the other Lich to death before I discover he has something nasty shallowly in his spell list, and Zerocool has gotten Wizard cracked in Waterfall.
Unfortunately, hits that trap tile and gets flashbacks to Ice Cave and just gets cracked out by the wizards.
Yeah. So Demon looking like he might be close to done with this grind. He's already got 800 HP on that black belt.
Yeah, and the black belt did not get a level there, so it's gotta be high 30s, low 40s? Oh, 35.
Well, I was gonna say, it looks like his black mage is something in 7. Yeah, it looks like both the black mage and the black belt might be in the mid to high 30s.
Yeah, I believe it's
So
I think that was 38 on Nook.
Yep, 38 on Nook. So, yeah, Nook is going to probably take both of them into 42 just to have, enough charges and health on the block.
Yeah, it's all about, okay, we're gonna go to 42, might as well. Two warrior grind to 42, not gonna take that long. I mean, it's been sitting here, probably been sitting here about 10 minutes, but it just, you can autopilot through the rest of the season of 42 black belt at this point.
But yeah, no, there is something deeply entertaining about making the blast unkillable. Or at least, cardboard instead of just mere paper. He's putting folds in this black mage.
Yeah, like chat points out, I think this is going to be one of the few cases where a black mage might actually survive a max roll nuke here. Zerocool dipping in, grabbing a ribbon. Saw that on the first dive, picked it back up. Yeah, that's 42 on Nook, 41 on the black belt. And I think that's it. That's the number. Alright, the black belt has officially reached godhood.
So now we see what Demon's thinking. And he's going to go ahead and save.
Alright, here we go. Round 2 on Kraken. Brack, 0 for 1. Brack, 0 for 2. Here we go. Brack, 0 for 3. 0 for 4. Here's the sleep. And thankfully doesn't get the mages.
I'm just gonna say, Brack didn't used to miss nearly this often back before y'all decided that the RNG needed to be fixed.
Come on, you can put those air quotes up. But doesn't matter. 5th attempt, they didn't take the sleeps this time. Black belt got to take a nap in the process as well, with a couple of Kraken tentacles just rocking him to sleep gently. And by gently, I mean violently in the face.
Demon back in Earth Cave. I think he's just going to say, you know what? I know where the chime is. I don't feel like having to think anymore in this seed.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I got the rod, I'm already over here. It's kind of one of those time sinks. Is it faster to go down here and get not only my my column out of the way, but also get the Lich out of the way rather than having to worry about the outside possibility of Lich 2 having something nasty or something bad happening.
And also, no matter how bad this is, do you really want to go back to that river?
Yeah, the biggest thing about that canoe from Elflin to ice isn't even the time the trip takes. It is the stupid Caribes.
Well, that's what makes the trip take so long. Think about how many times both of these runners had to reset just to, like, get anywhere on that river. We'll keep it on Demon's armor screen on that front. Thank you for pointing that out, Deadpool Sigma. Thinking that he may have reset away his copper bracelet.
It's possible.
But we'll see.
And
Excuse me.
Demon just cleaning up the remainder of these small little rooms.
Thinks about going to talk to the Hint Man. Decides against it.
Alright, it's time to see if we can take some delicious cake. And nope, still on our New Year's resolution. We're not giving in. We're not giving in to the deliciousness.
Yeah, it's what, a 30% chance on one?
Something close to that. Oh, he's really holding out. That's 0 for 3 on Quake on Lich 1. That is unusual.
Yeah, I think Demon's got 4 or 5 shots left of it.
Looks like about 4 more shots. Lich 1 throwing out a fire 2 in desperation of please go away. Oh man. Three tries left. Two tries left.
I'm telling y'all, the RNG table got futzed with, and now we're seeing stuff like this.
This is the last chance. It's this cake or no cake, and the answer is no cake. So we're just going to... Wow. That, I don't even think there's any bone dust left after that punch. I think that was 1,500.
1,583.
Yeah, he did.
Dem0nFr0g takes out his frustrations at Lich 1's refusal to die on Lich 1, and the crater behind where Lich 1 was standing.
Yeah, so for those of you at home, I believe that was 0 for 8 on Quake Cast on Lich 1. That was a thing. So, about that Quake on Lich 2, I think we're going to have to see Quake on Lich 2.
And honestly, that's not as bad. Yeah, MG Weirdo pointing out that Xfer is not actually the problem, Weirdo. So neither Lich 1 nor Lich 2 resist the Earth element. The problem is just pure M defense. And by the nature of how numbers work, Lich 1 shouldn't have resisted 7 Quakes.
Really shouldn't have resisted more than about 2.
Yeah.
So, Demon's getting in here, gonna run down and find a slab. Looks like Zerocool is chucking in the northwest, probably gonna check some trap ties. Gonna get absolute garbage on the first one and some chicken wings on the second.
So Demon getting his slab, gonna just walk out through carry, which,
we know it's
literally
a bad idea.
through carry.
Usually a bad idea, but with the 42 black belt, not as much. Carrie's going to try to blaze, and the black belt's going to laugh.
Retro gaming, just as an observation, the randomizer does not actually adjust M defense as far as I know. Specifically because, M defense scales in a way that can take something from doable to impossible very quickly. Like, it is the one stat that you can always trust you know what it is, because it is, yeah. You get the idea.
Alright, Demon back in Corneria. Looks like we're stocking up on items because we've got only 2 places left to go, and one of them is Sky, Sky, Sky.
Yep. So Zero, I believe, at this point, should have the knowledge to realize he's got to go get that slab, but he is going to do the same thing Demon did and go in there buff.
Yep, I believe it's grind time. And it looks like you're going to take the northern room here. Not as efficient. You can get an off-tile encounter here, but it's still not too bad.
Yeah. But yeah, for the folks playing along at home who haven't delved too deeply into the nitty-gritty of Final Fantasy I, instant kill spells are actually hilariously valuable. There's no such thing as a boss bit in Final Fantasy I. So literally any enemy in the game can be subjected to instant death. It just comes down to how likely it is to happen. So, Saracen in chat pointing out that Lich 1 has a 34.77% chance of getting whacked. Because he just does. They didn't bother to give him resistance to the Earth element, in spite of him being the Fiend of Earth. He's not considered a flying or a floating enemy because they didn't set him up that way. So he can be quaked, and at that point it's pure M defense, and his M defense is low enough and Quake's accuracy is high enough to where it just works.
Indeed. And a lot of it is going to be that just randomize some of those hashtag just randomizer things, because if you're playing a vanilla game, you're not going to have a lot of this stuff when you run into this. It's like, oh, well, you can, maybe for Lich 2, but for like Lich 1, you're not going to have Quake. You're not going to have things like that. But in Randomizer, welcome to Randomizer. Anything's possible. But yeah, 34%, 7 casts, 8 casts, didn't take it. Kind of rough.
Yeah. But the nice thing about all of that is you have a chance of instant killing anything in the game, up to and including Chaos. I've seen a Chaos die to a first turn Quake. It was the best feeling one of the best feelings I've ever had as a gamer. Because it wasn't even like I was trying to YOLO Quake him, I just didn't have anything for that character to do that first turn, so he just used a Quake staff.
Hey, whatever works. I can think of a couple times in races where I've, you know, expert baned him.
Yeah. So, Demon heading up his Mirage. Zero, it looks like, going to do the same thing Demon did. And, well, he's at least going down here to kill Lich, try and kill Lich 1 with Quake.
Yep, we're gonna see if he can get through Lich 1 with Quake.
Well, one advantage he has is he has twice as many Quake shots as Demon did.
Double the Black Mage's double the fun, exactly. Demon is coming up here. Thankfully, does not have to check that in. Oh, we're gonna check it anyway. $1,600 in our second to dud chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Zero, no interest in doing column 1. He is just here because Lich 1 is easier to murderate than Lich 2.
Alright, Bridge of Destiny, we're going through. Nope, no Warmech.
And Zero gets it on the second attempt. So, that is good for him. He can just blast through that Lich 2 fight and not need to worry about resetting if it doesn't take. Or if something bad happens to his black belt, his black mages.
Exactly.
So, I said, at this point, he should have pieced together he needs to go to the volcano, because it's literally the only thing left.
So the fastest black belt gets through for about 900 and some. And another 900 and some will do it. That's a bye-bye Tia 1.
Alright, and that leaves just that Lich tile for Dem0nFr0g. Unfortunately, that Lich tile that now lives at about the halfway point of the Temple of Fiends. Revisited. So, it is not going to be a trivial expedition for him.
No, not exactly. It's got to get down there, got to hit the Quake, and then you got to get through the rest of Topher, which, with a 42 black belt, Topher should be a pushover, but there's always the chance the Kraken 2 does Kraken 2 things.
Kraken 2, Carry 2... Like, Carry 2, like... Yeah, most of the time, Carry 2 isn't much more of a problem than Lich 2, just because, like, her HP isn't great, and so the randomizer will usually adjust her in a way that you don't have to do too terribly much to take her down. But, if she gets turn order, Carry 2 can do some pretty awful things to your party very quickly.
Very true. I find Carry 2 to be a very mercurial boss. It is one of those things where on low scaling and no clamps, she is an absolute joke, but as soon as the clamps go into play or the scaling goes up toward the top end, she becomes terrifying.
Yeah, because the thing you have to keep in mind about both iterations of Carry, their M defense is some of the best in the game. Like, straight up. If you've never noticed before how Carry just shrugs off spells you hit her with, that's why. And Carry 2 doesn't even have the convenient vulnerability to completely take the wind out of her sails on that.
Alright, Dem0nFr0g on the tile before. Here we go. Delicious Cake Offerings Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
0 for 1. Lich decides he's going to punch a lot.
Oh, I didn't even see Zerocool did that. He turned one of his black mages into a black belt. Using Tavern.
I was not even aware Tavern Recruitment was on.
It's one of those things that hasn't come too terribly often this tournament, just because so many times you have the fourth party tiles. But this is a rare occasion where, like, they can, yeah. It looks like he kept Iggy as the black mage, and tagged out his other black mage to be a black belt.
So, unfortunately,
Iggy...
I hate to cut into you here, but unfortunately Lich 2 did Kraken 2 things, and Demon is now back outside of Topher.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Oh, we got to see the armor screen. Did anyone catch if we've got all 3 bracelets? Okay, he sees it. Alright. But yeah. Yeah, no, so that is the thing about Lich 2. Lich 2 can very easily turn into a game of rocket tag. Because you might kill him in 2 rounds, he might take out half your party in 2 rounds.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if you don't. He might be vulnerable to Quake, but if he drops 2 of your light warriors on like the second round, and suddenly you've got 3-4 fights left to go, and only half your team, it's no bueno.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing, is like, any of the fiends can pose a problem if the stars are right. Usually, Lich 2 and Carry 2 don't get enough time because their HP just is always too low. But if they can get they're script off quick enough, they can be a problem. And Demon just got a solid reminder of that fact.
Yeah. So.
Oh no, it is Iggy he turned into the other black belt. Okay, I like this plan.
Icky has been promoted.
I mean, it's one of those I think had more levels than the original Black Belt Zero brought anyway.
I think that's actually probably the fact here of the matter, is that Iggy was of a higher level than the original Black Belt, so why not?
Yeah. Don't have to grind the Black Belt if you accidentally ground the Black Mage.
Exactly. Alright, Lich 2, take 2. Alright, we're waiting, we're quaking. Here goes the quack. And effective. Those words are going to be burned into Dem0nFr0g's mind for the rest of the night. There's a quake on an ineffective. Lich had responded with 2 punches instead of 1. Out comes the Fire 3. In comes the third Quake. Oh my goodness, finally, after like 15 Quake casts over 3 fights, Quake has finally hit the Lich.
So Demon is now solidly in the lead. But at what cost to his sanity?
Alright, unrunnable Grey Worms. We're going to punch these into a Fine Mist.
Yeah. Fortunately for Demon, Go ahead.
I was going to say, Zero's coming up to the tier 1. We'll probably, with 2 decent level Black Belts here, we'll just punch a hole straight through tier 1. And we'll probably be something about about 3 Fiend fights behind in total here, going into Topher.
Yeah. He does have the advantage. I don't think either of his black belts have broken 30. But yeah,
50,
and
probably
Demon...
close.
No, well, I mean Zero's 2 black belts.
Well, yeah, I
So
think he's probably in the neighborhood of 32, but still, for some of this, we'll have to see if that's going to be enough.
But my point more is, like, Demon having even that minor lead is going to be able to do work. And yeah, it looks like both of them are below 32, because both those black belts are swinging for 6 hits, it looks like.
Yeah, I saw that just now. Alright, it's Kraken 2,
Yeah.
the great equalizer. Zero needs Kraken 2 to be a bro here for him. Here comes the fast. The fast goes out. Out comes turn 1 nuclear. Everybody's still okay. And that was 1500 damage by Kraken.
Yeah. No, at this point, like, Zero is going to need a couple of wipes out of Dem0nFr0g to catch up. And I don't think there's enough left in Topher to cause 2 wipes.
Yeah, it would take a massive hit here, or some 3 and 256 because of those ribbons, with some zap or cracks or...
And I'll correct you, it's 2 and 256 in these flags. I believe we do have the quote-unquote fix the table flag on.
Alright, Tia 2. Usually not nearly as scary as Kraken 2, but we'll have to see today. Tia leads off Ice 2, not a lot of damage across the board. Oh, the fast goes off first. The backup fast goes off. It's all over, but the crying... That's 1800 damage. Zero into Topher, finally start getting down on a dive here. Alright, so here we go. Fast, 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 and punch to the face. One fast goes off. And a punch. That was pretty significant. That looked like 1200, all the fast go off. Wait, punch, wait. And he punches for 200. We respond in kind with 2326 damage, and bye-bye. Get your GGs in chat. Dem0nFr0g has turned chaos into a chaos jam.
And for those of you in chat who feel bad for the fate of the theoretical fate of the mages who are thrown in front, don't cry for them. They're doing their part to fight evil, making sure the people who can hurt evil live. And I believe that is a Dem0nFr0g joining us.
Ribbit, what's up?
GG, Dem0nFr0g's well run.
So Demon, at what point did you decide you were just going to do column 1 instead of that diagonal? How many zaps did it take?
Yeah, the fish weren't nice, and I left that open the whole time, but yeah, the zap kind of pushed me that way. The Quake Lich with only one caster pushed me to do Lich 1, because, hey, he's a better chance to land on Lich 1, right?
Yeah.
So
So
if it makes you feel any
about that
better,
Quake.
Zerocool. If it makes you feel any better, Zerocool got his second attempt.
Yeah, I didn't do it the first. I was like, all right, well, that's your mistake. Now you get to get punched. So I punched him. I said, I'll do it on Lich 2. And, well, A, I kind of took a wipe, and B, GG on chat, I bought that copper bracelet and reset out of it and didn't think to go back and get it. So even if I had landed Quake on that first go, I would have had to reset out and go grab the copper bracelet, because that was just something that slipped my mind. So either way, it worked out.
Yeah, definitely heads up on
No,
that.
you misunderstand me. He landed on Quake he cast.
Yeah, you know what? Rando's gonna rando, percent's gonna percent out.
No, look, I've been telling the other demon that, like, I'm convinced that, like, this is the penalty you all pay for allowing that blasphemous chance to happen.
Oh, that's what the plan. This is the second. Well, my last board you had to kill all 3 fiends. 2 of them with insta kills. Now I get another row. We spun this board up, and I think me and Zero both went, yeah, we know row 3. Just get on with it.
See, I did think there was an outside chance that one of you might have considered going for the column 4 or the bottom left, top right diagonals. You know what I mean.
Yeah, the take 2 white mages, but you can swap out in the middle as long as you go back to the 2 white mages. So, yeah, I really like that, because I had the row 3 was the required one. And like you were saying, I kept that top left, bottom right open, but yeah, the zapped fish, just kind of, yeah, no, that's not fun. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, we did enjoy when you found that Thor Hammer +3 and immediately tossed it to remove temptation.
Yep, I did the same thing, and that's why I lost the copper bracelet I did. I think it was Bottle to Adamant was Mazmoon. I'm like, nope, no swords. It doesn't matter if I'm going which of the ones I'm keeping open, no swords. We're resetting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, meanwhile,
yeah.
Zerocool is in there, Kraken. Never mind, bye, Kraken. That's Kraken 2 down.
Yeah, so a lot of what puts you ahead is Zero, like, for all of your hard luck with the Quake RNG, Zero just found every terrible thing that the monsters could do to him, and just took wipes to him.
Oh yeah,
Every
Freeze were
time.
bad. Wizard, I ate a wipe to Wizards somewhere. They had Crack and Blizzard or something. I forget.
They had Crack and something else. Yeah, there was Crack Wizards, which not only were in ice, along with everything else that was nasty in there, like the undead trap tile, and the errors on in front of the incentive chest, but then they were the Trap Tile and Waterfall, which is I think what you wiped out of there.
Yep, that's correct.
Zero ran into some unfortunates with the Gargoyles and Earth Cave. Took a couple of wipes out of Earth, took a couple of wipes out of Ice, and is now through the People's Champion Iggy, the once Black Mage, now Black Belt, punching his way through Tia 2.
Basically, he made it out of Ice Cave with a single Black Mage alive, who jumped to like level 22. And instead of grinding his Black Belt that he started the game with, he just turned the Black Mage into a Black Belt for this Topher trip. But
That's
he's
actually
on Chaos.
that's actually pretty ingenious. I don't know that I would have known or thought to write down where Black Belts were to do that. I would have just been stuck with a level 10 Black Belt and a level 22 Black Mage.
Well, unfortunately, it's one Iggy versus the world here. The Black Mage did not get off. A punch from Chaos down to 400. Punch back from Iggy. Punch in from Iggy again. Only about 100 damage. Oh, Iggy's down to 154. Slow 2 comes out, but it's ineffective. Oh, that's only not a lot of damage. Stop, ineffective. Punch coming out from Iggy. Miss. More punches from Iggy. 128. Only one hit. Down to 11 hit points. Rub does not get through. Oh, these single hits. It's painful. And down goes Iggy. Get you. And with that, unfortunately, Zero has thrown in the towel on it. Get your GGs in chat. We'll see if we can get Zero in here as well for some speaking on it. But yeah, Demon, that was a really well run race. You had a lot of just really solid routing throughout. Just kept busy and got that really good grind off on that good fighter tile that you had found.
Yeah, I found it early. I wanted enough to be able to get just exploration done. I was like, all right, I gotta come back here a little bit later. And it was extra nice that they had Poison Touch, because then you could just kind of off your mages. So I got both the red mages poisoned and did a little a little walk around the room.
Yep, absolutely.
And
just play. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and Zero's here. Zero, GG. You fought that well.
GG Zero.
Yep, GG's Demon. Yeah, I give it my best shot with that, and kind of had that. Felt like I had a rocky game all throughout the entire game.
Yeah, no, you definitely saw. If something had a mean streak, you found out about it. I think the only time RNG went in your favor was with Quaking Lich 1, because I think by our count it took Demon something like 15 Quake casts across 3 different fights and 2 different Liches to actually land that Quake.
I actually think it was. Well, no, that's right. Because the first dive, I died after 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah. You cast a lot of instances of Quake, which is impressive because you only had the one Black Mage.
Well, that's why when I did my grind, I kept the Black Mage up, because I can't promote, and I didn't feel. I guess I don't know if it was either smart or lazy. I didn't want to flip around the red mage to get an extra Quake, so I said, nope, we're doing it with 1.
So Zero, tell us your thoughts on fish.
Oh, those fish. No. I mean,
Yeah,
Zap had like an 85% hit rate.
It was one of those things, you did that early enough in the seed to where you didn't have the M defense. Like, Zap has a fairly low, chance of landing in the grand scheme of things, but you were still far too low level to be able to just, power through it. But yeah, yeah, Demon saw the Zap fish, and I think by the time he got to Ice Cave had already decided that he was just going to do column 1. Unless the rod was just impossible to get your hands on.
Yeah, no. I almost did it once, but for Canoe to Elfland from Ice Cave, you can reset after you get to Ice Cave. So if I can put that one off and I want to do it, I try to wait until I have the airship, get the airship, land at Elfland, and do it that way, so that it's just a quick reset back and you're back in the air.
Yeah. Let's see though.
So Zero.
But yeah, go ahead.
We gotta ask. Speaking of grinding and black mages, Iggy, good Iggy, the people's champion, the lone light warrior surviving everything.
Yep.
Yeah, no, like that. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, that ended up being my thought process in the matter with Iggy ended up getting all that experience, and once I was done with all of my magical requirements, I sit there and turned him into a black belt.
Yeah, so when did you decide, oh, I can do this? Like, how early on after that Ice Cave adventure did it dawn on you that you could make that play if you really wanted to?
Well, you mean to switch over a black mage to the black belt, or?
Yeah. When did that idea kind of pop into your thought processes?
Well, that popped into my mind when I saw that Quake was a level 6 spell. I was planning on making sure my black mage or black mages were able to get high enough level to where I could accomplish it, and I decided to go for Lich 1 instead of Lich 2 for that, because I was going to switch over one of them to black belt. That was my plan.
All right. No, I really like it. Like, this is one of the few times I've gotten to come that didn't have a lot of 4 party members on it, aside from the very convenient take 0 or 3 fighters space paired with the Equipno sword space. And so it was one of those things where just like, yeah, that's a really clever thought there, because that saves you a little bit of trouble grinding.
Yeah, you have equip no swords, never promote, and take 0 or 3 fighters all in the same line. So it's like, okay, this is clearly a black belt seed. Okay, I got it, game.
So where was
All
the
right.
prime? Did anyone find the prime grind spot?
No, you both opted on fighters and Earth.
Yeah, that was the best we saw on our end as well.
I never went back. I don't remember where it was, and I thought I saw a guard sentinel or whatever that is tile somewhere, but I don't remember where. I never.
It was the second one in Hall of Giants.
Okay, that's where it was. I didn't think to go back and test those to see if those might have been better. But the sentinels tend to hit hard. The mages were pretty manageable, so they seemed good enough.
Yeah. I did like, by the way, Zero, and I even called this out in commentary. When you made that play to check the forced encounter in front of the link chest. That's not a tile that I think a lot of people bother to check at, but it is a different encounter from the other 2 forced tiles in Ordeals. So it is something that you can check if you're trying to find that grind.
Yeah, I've made it a habit to make sure and check any of them to make sure I'm not just leaving the eye grind or another really good grind just isolated.
Yeah.
It's not only that. This is in my opinion a flex that it's harder to find a good grind tile on, because you're not going to be in some place, say terrible like Marsh or something like that. So and a lot of these places aren't going to have a ton of areas. Like I spent 3 seconds on Sharknado going by grabbing a ribbon and making my way to Kraken. So you're going to be a little bit more limited what you can find. And you guys both made the best of probably not an ideal situation on as far as tiles go.
One of these days, me diving sea as early as I do to Black Kraken is going to come back to bite me. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. At the same time, though, it's your whole early play of the Northern Continent is kind you know, kind of would helped you out in a lot of ways, because you very early on had all the information you needed to solve the seed. Like, Zero was still trying to figure... Like, Zero still had a few question marks in tracking down where the chime was by the time you had it narrowed down to where I assume you'd piece together, okay, whatever's in Volcano gets me my chime. And that's got to be the slab.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew it was chime. I forgot about the slab. So like, all right, here's the chime, and it's slab. Oh, I gotta do that now.
how do you like how I handled the robot in waterfall after finding that wizard abomination tile?
Yeah, no, you come over here. No, this way. Walk this way. You're coming to me.
I felt I saved a lot more time that second time around just waiting than trying to deal with them.
The only thing I... Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the only unfortunate about that is one of those chests behind the wizards was a second ribbon.
Yeah, but with 2 black belts and a black mage, I wasn't going to use a second ribbon.
Also true.
Yeah. But yeah, so I would say, you both ran really seeds given the conditions under which you had to do it, and it's one of those things. Zero, you got to chaos only 6 minutes behind Demon finishing, and if Turner had been just a little bit friendlier, you may have been able to pull it out with that fasted black belt.
Yeah.
But either way, go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, as it was, Demon won, GG's on that, and I was just going to, give a good old crack at Chaos just to see if I can down him.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, doing things like that is always instructive, if nothing else. Like, in case in the future you wind up in that situation and the race is still up in the air for other ways you can play it. But I want to go ahead and start gearing up to give Randomania their channel back. Don't y'all?
So, guys, did you guys have any other thoughts about how the seed went? Demon, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think it was good. I had a lot of fun with it. I kind of like when it makes you work for it instead of like, all right, well, here's your floater, so I'll slap on the bum and go have fun, guys. So from that aspect, it was fun. Like I say every time, I love the bingo aspect where you can see, like I saw, Zero's in Earth because I see he lit up the talk to the 10 bats. I think I know which way he's going. So it's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for doing comms and Math Girl for the restream. I'm a bad runner. I don't know who's tracking, but thank you whoever's tracking, and thank you Randomania.
Chanigan.
Thank you, Chanigan.
All right, thank you, Demon. And Zero?
Well, I think it was definitely an interesting seed. This is one of, I think, the thinnest bingo boards I've seen in a good while, to where it's like no other side objectives or anything. We kind of had dedicated lines that both of us went for, and nothing else. I think this taught me a good lesson that, instead of bringing a worthless thief and a black belt at the beginning, I might actually take double white, double blacks from now on and just switch them around depending on survivability.
If you have the tavern mode option available, that's, kind of bringing a party that you can adapt quickly is not the worst idea. Like, I tend to like bringing at least one ed mage along so that, even if I have to pivot everyone else around, someone who can adapt to the different party structures that need to get through a seed. But yeah, for my part, apologies to everyone who had to listen to my various technical difficulties. I know what it sounded like on my end, but I don't know how my repeat. Can you hear me now? Sounded, although I imagine they sound something like. But if they came through at all, but you rocked it, having to carry through a lot of technical issues in the first like half hour. So take us on home, man.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We have some great Dem0nFr0g race here. We're going to definitely have some more. Thank you very much to both of our runners, Zerocool and Dem0nFr0g. Please go ahead and drop them a follow. They're great people, great runners. Also to Chanigan on the tracking here, Math Girl on the stream, and definitely my co-combo here for fighting through all those problems to try to bring it to you people and give you the best commentary he could. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next time for more Final Fantasy Randomizer action. Take care and have a great night.